Hey there, guys and gals. I'm gonna give you a bunch of random facts as usual because this is the random fact show. But I just wanted to apologize in advance for, me coming at you with this hoodie on and my crazy hair a little bit in check. Not really, but a little bit. But it is so cold in my room right now that the fun tack that holds up my posters today has been freezing and cracking off, so my posters are randomly raining down in my room. Like, that's how frickin' cold it is in my house. And you might be like, well, why don't you turn up the heat? Well, if any of you have watched on Fairy Tales, you would know there's a reason why I do not turn up the heat, because I'm going to get screamed at for it. So instead, I'm just gonna keep wearing this hoodie and putting my posters back up when the fun tack, freezes and cracks some more. More sports facts! Did you know that the game of volleyball was invented with a different name? It was originally called Mintonette, and it was invented in 1895 by William G. Morgan at the YMCA gym in Holyoke, Massachusetts. The International Volleyball Association, however, was formed in Paris in April 1947. So the game already existed for like 50 years before there was an international, system of codices and laws and what have you. Oddly enough, the net for male games of volleyball is slightly higher than the net for games of female volleyball. For males, it's 7 foot 11.5 inches high, while the woman's net is 7 foot 4.5 inches high. I guess because, on average, men are taller than women, but I've seen some pretty tall ladies that play volleyball. So if you ever feel really overweight, just think of this. A county judge in Pennsylvania sentenced a 312-pound man, Charles Petro, of Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, to lose 50 pounds or he would go to jail for contempt of court because he was too fat to work and therefore couldn't make child support payments. Even though I'd be so sweaty and nasty, I wish it was this hot. But the highest recorded temperature on Earth was 134 degrees Fahrenheit in Death Valley National Park on July 10th, 1913. That's kind of weird. Well, I guess you can't measure, you can't really stick a thermometer in a volcano. It'd be a pretty big thermometer, I have to say. You know how we're not supposed to own people anymore? The Supreme Court ruled in 1980 that genetically engineered organisms can be patented. This is something that I never understood but always wanted to understand. Do you guys know how blood pressure is measured? When they stick a thing on your arm and they pump it up? The top number is systolic pressure. That's the amount of pressure in the blood vessels between beats when the heart contracts and pushes blood through the circulatory system. The lower number is diastolic pressure, the pressure in blood vessels between beats when the heart is at rest. I'd like to contest this finding because I'm pretty sure the lowest recorded temperature of all time is right here, in this room right now, whatever the fuck temperature it is. But the record low temperature in Fahrenheit for the contiguous US is -70 degrees Fahrenheit, recorded in Rogers Pass, Montana on January 20th, 1954. I don't know if any of you have ever traveled to the city, and when I say the city, because I'm a New Yorker, I mean New York City. I don't know if any of you have ever traveled to New York City, but New York City is always freezing. But if you want to go there when it's extra cold, the average coolest days per year in New York City are January 21st and 22nd, while the average hottest days in New York City are July 20th to 22nd. Here's one little random fact to top this off. Did you know that FedEx, the courier shipment company, takes defense contracts from the government? What are they delivering? Plutonium?